Hey, what's up? I'm going to be doing a breakdown on how I remade the beat behind Shikisha, ArrowBwoy. I'll talk about the tempo of the song, the key of the song, the chord progression of the song structure, and everything else that I will deem relevant to cover. Also, if you want to learn how to produce, or you have been producing for a while but you still feel you have some gaps and you need more to learn more about music production, I have a music course, and in the course I cover everything that I believe you should learn in order for you to learn this art of music production. So if you're interested with the course, my number is on the description. You can WhatsApp or call, and then we will talk more about the course. If you want to download the project file for this particular track, there will be a link on the description, so you can download the project files from that link. With that aside, let's get started. So I'm going to talk about the intro, and then we will look at the instrumentation that comprise the intro, and then after the intro we will talk about the chorus, verse, and then we'll just follow the order of the song structure. So the key of the song is key C, and the chord progression is 6, 2, 3. So the 6 in key C is A minor chord, the 2 is D minor chord, and the 3 is E minor chord. So that's the chord progression of the song. The key is key C. The tempo is 100. So if you want to follow along, make sure that your tempo is 100. I have color coded the project, and these parts you've seen on the very beginning is the intro, which is 4 bars, followed by the chorus, which is 16 bars, then verse 1, which is 12 bars, chorus 2, 16 bars, verse 2, 12 bars, chorus 2, 24 bars, and then the outro is 6 bars. So that's the chord, that's the song structure of this song. So the intro starts off with so on the intro there's of course drums and some marimba. So let's look at the intro. So I'll start with the drums. So I'm going to solo, and then we're going to first of all listen to what is happening on the intro drums, and then talk about the samples that I used. So this is the drum pattern for the intro, and this starts off with timbale hits, timbale. Okay, this the timbale, and then there is a snare. It's kind of a metallic snare, and then I have this rim here, and that's how the rim sounds. And then we have a kick and snare, just normal snare, and shakers. So again, this is how the intro pattern sounds. Okay, now on effects I have the shakers. So I loaded, or I dropped an echo effect on the snare, not the snare but the shakers. So it only affects the shakers. So if I solo the shakers, this is how it sounds. There's some ping pong effect going on. So the ping pong effect is because I added an echo effect. Then the echo effect just is one of the plugins that comes with the DAW. Okay, I also loaded a drum bass, which affects the whole drum rack, and I had some drive going on, And then I also activated the compressor, had the dry wet at 39%, and then also added some, transients. So that's the effect. That's the only effect that I used on the drums. So the next instrument on the intro is this marimba. So let's listen what the marimba is doing. So the marimba follows the chord progression, which is A minor, then D minor, E minor, and then again A minor, A minor, A minor, D minor, E minor. So it follows the chord progression. The particular sound I used, one of the sounds that come with is do, and it's on the sounds category, and then of course you'll find mallets folder, and this particular marimba is called Marimba 1 Classic. So that's the marimba that I'm using here, and yes, that's it. I probably added some volume, but I don't have any effects on the marimba. So that's the marimba. The other sound on the intro is this it's an 808. So this is how the 808 sounds. So it's kind of very low, but in the mix it's it's supposed to be as so. So the 808 also follows the chord progression of the song. So this is note A, then D, and then E, and A, D. The other sound on the intro is this, I think, is the wind instrument. Let's brass. No. This is a mute guitar. So let's first of all listen what it does. So also this sound is following the chord progression of the song. The plugin that I used is Nexus. It's an external plugin. So Nexus, XP guitars, category XP guitars, and then the preset I used is called GT muted guitar 2. So this is the preset that I used. And on the other sound of the intro is this. So this also follows the chord progression. So this, the first stab or brass is A minor, then D minor, E minor. And I used a sound from Nexus, category, dance, orchestra, and then a preset called brass staccato 1. Now there's also this other sound, so let's see what it does. So it's just more of a brassy. Okay, on that sound I used a cello, and it's a string. So Nexus, category classical, and I know this is just one of the sounds that come with Nexus. The preset I used is this ST, which is string dark cellos, and those are the sounds that comprise the intro. So if we have a listen on how those instruments sound all together, this is how they sound. Now on the chorus, because the chorus is the one that the chorus follows the intro, we have this transition. Well, I'll just start with the transitions because it's the first sound before you hear the rest of the instrumentations. Okay, this particular sound here, which is note E, D, C, and B. I used a sound from Nexus in bass category, then this rolling bass line. So that's the bass sound, and yeah, this is the sound. Also, it's layered with this reverse. Let's hear. It's an up. Okay, let's first of all let me play it. Yes, so I layered with this uplifter, and this is one of the sounds that I have on my sound packs. It's from Vengeance. I've talked about Vengeance in one tutorial that I did on breakdown. So it's from Vengeance. If you can find Vengeance pack, they are uplifters. And yeah, so the other sounds of course will be the drum, and this is the drum for the chorus. Let me solo. This is how the chorus drums sound. So it's similar to the intro, only that right now we don't have these timbales. We only have the kick, snare, and the shakers playing. Marimbas still follow the chord progression. So that's marimba, and then there's this 808. So I'm first going to solo. So that's the 808. And okay, now for 808 I used a sampler, then I loaded an 808 sample that I have on some of the samples that I have, and then I tuned the 808, and then added this amp on the as an effect, just so that I can add on the 808 so that the 808 can punch and maybe cut in the mix. So this is how the 808 sounds without this amp. You can hear it's a bit down. It doesn't have that kind of power or that harmonics or that oomph. So if I add the amp, it kind of gives the 808 some punch. So that's the 808, and then this sound here is the guitar. So this is similar to the intro part, and then we have also this lead guitar here. Okay, let me solo it and let's hear what's happening here. So that's a lead guitar, and the sound that I used on that lead guitar was from XP Guitars and a preset called Jazz Guitar 3, this GT Jazz Guitar 3. And on this other sound here, let me solo. So this is a wind instrument. So for this sound, I used a sound from Nexus, Dance Orchestra, and flute ensemble, this one. So the category is XP dance orchestra and flute ensemble or whatever. So those are, you know, the instrumentations that are in the verse, but I also see there's another sound here, so let me. Okay, well, this is the rolling bass sound. Yes, so bass, rolling bass line. So that's it, this particular sound. And yes, so, and also there's this transition here. Let me solo. So for this particular transition, I started with a drum rack, then I loaded some samples. You can hear, okay, there's here a snare, another snare, a snare. I loaded some random snares, and some bongos, as you can hear, and also there's a rim here. So this is the pattern. So I just, you know, programmed some transition drum pattern here, and I also heavily applied some effects, as you can hear and tell. So there's echo going on, and then there's some reverb going on, and then also I have a glue compressor at the very end. And yeah, so that's the transition. So those are the sounds that or the instrumentations that make up the chorus. Most of the sounds that are in the verse also are I have already talked about them, so you can also see here that this, okay, this, you know, this ensemble here playing, this sound is, I believe it's the guitar, the lead guitar. Yes, the lead guitar. We have this sound here, which is the brass, and then this, the staccato. So all these instrumentations that make up the verse, I have already covered them, and also the second verse. So basically those are the sounds that comprise this track, and I'm going to play it from top. And again, if you want the project file for this particular song, okay, here there's something that I've left out, and this sound here, let's listen. Okay, it's the vocal, so these are the notes. So for this sound, I used a sound from Nexus, and the sound is from an expansion called Baza. I think it's called, the full name is Baza. I don't remember the name, but it's Baza Beats. So it's an external expansion, so you have to find the expansion and use the expansion. If you don't have this Vox or vocal, you can try and find a vocal that sounds similar to what you've just heard. So if you have buzzer beats, of course, select buzzer beats, and then this sound called CCD Vox 1. This is the exact sound that I used here. And of course, you can see I also added a reverb on top. So yeah, so that's it for this track. If you want the project file, there's a link where you can download the project file on the description. And yeah, so let me play the song, and we can listen how it's, yeah, the full track.